There, so I just started recording this and then my battery died, so I'm starting over. So I've actually already pre-read the first pile and I know what's going to happen, but that's okay. I'm just going to read it again. And this is a general reading for advice from spirit. It could be from spirit guides or from a passed on loved one, but we'll see what message comes through for you. Only take what feels true for you from from inside yourself. Okay, and we're going to go with pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Take a deep breath. Use your own intuition to decide if one of these piles has a message for you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and here we go with pile number 1. We got the Wild card. This is a blank card in my deck of Clear Oracles. And so this means that there's something here, there's a factor in what we're going to discuss that is not known. Okay? Not all things will be known and revealed about this situation that we are going to broach, at least. And we've got deadline. Okay? So there's a deadline, an ending of a cycle. Something is over. It's time to stop doing something. It's time to start doing something else. It's time to start working with your inheritance, which could include great wealth and family property. It's like what you planned to do when you came into this earth, this world, this life, it's time to do that. The loss and despair card. So this is not an easy change. This transition is hard. You are having to let go of and grieve things that already existed in your life. You can only see what you're going to lose. You can't see what you'll gain. So it can be very scary. That was actually something Kyle Cease said. And it's so true and such a wonderful thing to remember. And it reminded me when I looked here, this unknown, you know. Okay, so the next thing I did was I used a bunch of my healing notes, healing card notes. I'm just going to show you what they are. Inspired action steps. List and take steps. What would it take? Okay. So there may be a need to organize whatever actions you take. So this isn't actually saying to take the action yet. Since I already did this reading, I already know what's about to come out. But this is giving a preface of things that will need to be done. You're going to have to make plans for this future, you know. Using whatever allies you have, including potentially spirit minerals that you have an affinity for. This wants to recognize that the ego equals repetitious. The ego is repetitious. Technology can be a distraction, used consciously only. These are, again, notes that I made for my own healing process. Inflation and elation equals replace with mindfulness, not repetitive conditioning. So be aware, be in the moment, get real. This is talking about using technology to avoid what is in the present moment, what feeling is trying to come to your awareness in the present moment, perhaps a grief that needs to be processed. And choose to see with my consciousness Everybody else is perfect as they are right now. No need to change, heal, or awaken others. No judgment for self. Everyone is growing. This is the perfect time for this to happen. You nor anyone else is doing anything wrong as they go through their process of growth. It is just a process. That these things do need to be learned, and that it is an experience to have. One of the processes that you've been through is you've experienced some loss, and you are holding the energy of that loss and the despair in your energy body still. And the deadline for holding that is up. So now you're going to be able to release that. Okay? When I say deadline, it could have been a karmic pattern you were living out, um, something like that. We have purpose of life, joy and happiness, vision board, what I want, just some details, bless my home. Right? So using a vision board, when you make that list, maybe also doing the vision board for what future you want to create. It's a whole new future without the heaviness of the loss and despair. You know, the ways that you've been acting to avoid feeling that are going to be not part of this future. The deadline on those actions are up. My choice, my actions, be me. Your choice and actions are your ascension. Be present with myself at all moments. Rest is okay if I consciously rest, choosing it for self-care, not avoidance. Okay, so again, if you're using technology, using it consciously. If you're resting, resting consciously. Just being aware, not letting yourself go on those automatic patterns of action that the ego has established. And I got this one, which was a letter from my highest self. And when we read this, you'll see, I'll explain in a moment. Your highest self, I really miss you, and I feel like I can't hear you anymore. I'm trying hard to allow and clear and relax and hear. I feel confused and let down because I feel like I really need you. I know I should feel confident and competent, but part of me is not, and I am unsure how to soothe and love that part of me enough or the right way. Please respond at your earliest convenience. I feel scared that my life will crumble because I can't hear you. P.S. I don't know my next step or where to move or what my passion is. I feel I want to be aware of my inspiration and passion. So at the time of this writing, I was not being shown my next step, and I was really upset about it. But what I came to realize is I had some grieving to do. So I think this is actually exactly what's going on here. You're being put on this holding pattern so that you can process. You can eradicate the fractures in the foundation of what you're building on. So it might seem like there's not a lot going on, but down below the surface where the foundation is, there's a lot going on. Okay? So being conscious of the fact that you are resting and being in stasis and processing for self-care reasons. Very important reasons. Your self-care. Okay. We got the scripture card and the dance card. And I think that what this is saying is, like, it was just written that this would be the deadline. Like, you are done with that suffering part of your life and you're going into a celebration. I mean, did you see this card we got here? It's great wealth. So it's time for you to come into a much easier time in life. Just a much blessing my home. A much more a time where you feel more blessed. A time where things are easier. You know? You've been in a no-win situation, and what you're trying to do now is embody that Christ consciousness, knowing everybody is perfect right where they are. There are no judgments. So you're going to a position where you can create the win-win-win. I win, you win, we all win. Whereas you've experienced the other side of that, the no-win. And that is quite a loss and caused quite a lot of despair for you in your life. And so that is what you're taking the time to process now, because it happened at a time where you were not equipped to handle it. At this time in your life, this is the deadline. This is when it was time to process it. So it's going to feel a lot better, lighter, and freer when you do process it. And you might want to think, oh, why didn't I do that sooner? But in actuality, that couldn't have happened. This is the time that it was going to happen all along. So this message is from your spirit guides. They're around, see? They're around, they're watching, they're kind of in the periphery, they're watching you grow, seeing you stand tall, and they're acknowledging that this connection is within you. It likely feels more like a remembering and a knowing because you've had this information downloaded to your crown. So if your crown was opened, then you would receive that information, and you have this connection at all times. In order to get in touch with that connection, it may help to do some walking in nature. Following your intuition, taking the step when you're intuitively inspired to take the step. Take the step when you're intuitively inspired to take the step. Yeah. When you get the prompt, that's when you're going to walk. Right now, you've been, just processing that other stuff. You're going through this wonderful place with you that was written for you. Okay. You may end up changing the way you dress even. You may have different friends. Because this Christ consciousness will be awakened in you, you'll be a help to everyone. You'll know that everyone is a help to you, whether they're actively helping or hurting you. You'll get the best and most out of it. You'll create the win-win-win out of every situation. These red blocks are having to do with love, and the multicolored block has to do with a decision. So there is a decision to be made. This is your free will that you're going to use to make the decision to step into this new life. So you're processing, but then it'll be your free will that chooses this. Like, see, there's walking going on. There's like still movement for you to make. It's not going to be made for you. So your job is processing what's coming up for you in front of you in this present moments. So you're getting to a place where the ground is softened for you to build new and fresh. Kind of mixed two of my things that I usually say, which I meant both, but I didn't mean to mix them. And what I meant was soften the ground for this healing to happen. So resting, self-care, right? And then from that healed space, building on this foundation of the healed space without the cracks. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Okay. All right, we're going to stop that there. Thank you so much. I hope that you found that helpful. And I'll see you next time. Hello, pile 2. Candle. Let's see what your reading says. Start on this side. Who's giving you this message? Giving you this message. Spirit communication process. So I'm giving you this message from Spirit. You may be practicing telepathy and things like that. You may be feeling like you're hearing people's thoughts. You may hear people's thoughts. You may know what people are going to say before they say it. I get that too. We've got sitting in the power. These messages that are for you will resonate with your heart. You feel spirit in your heart, but this looks like it's a loved one that was maybe an authority figure over you. Maybe like a grandfather or father is here watching this message. Oh yeah, I think that's true. I'm getting like all these kind of feelings around my head. Like, yeah, that's okay. You may feel like this spirit touches you sometimes, like physically. You may actually feel touches on your body, like a wisp on your cheek or in your hair or something like that. This spirit, this spirit is trying to actively give you messages, and it's a masculine, and I believe it's somebody who was in power over you, maybe like an authority figure, so like a father, could be a teacher. You may have thought you were getting messages from them, and you are. Okay? They're really trying to get you to do something. And when they do this, they're nudging you for a reason. This could just be a friend that has passed on, kind of checking up on you, and maybe lately has been amping up this assistance with trying to communicate. Someone you had a real good connection with when they were living. Locket might be relevant. Angel wing might be relevant. Okay. Something that you've been doing that's poison to you. Some situation is poisonous to you in your life. That's what the message is. So you've been getting inklings about that. You've been getting this feeling about that. That's true. Here's what the healing notes say. Expect things to get better. Like, don't let this, ruin your stride. Speak from my wisdom, not my knowledge. So what have you already learned from the healed parts of you? Don't act from your feared parts, the parts that have not been healed yet, parts that think they know, parts that want to know how to protect you, but from your wisdom. Take responsibility for what's in front of me and fulfill own expectations. Kind of less depending on others to do for you what's in front of you, whether it be like tend to a certain feeling you're having or whatever. Yep. Negative feelings and thoughts equals it. A pattern equals it. So stop identifying with the parts of you that feel like they need somebody else to do it for you. Like it thinks that we need attention right now. It thinks that if we give this gift to this person that they'll like us. It thinks that we need to do for others more than for ourselves. Like it, just like detaching from the patterns that you see that are unhealthy, that are like pushing you towards um, acting in ways that allow this poison in. Poison is like a actual substance, energy that you have allowed in that is just not working well with your system. What's poison to one may not be to another. You see? So it could be something that everyone else can do, but you just can't. I am conscious in every moment. I imagine, feel my inspiration. Be grateful for it. So just get into the moment, being grateful for being in the moment for what you do have, for the inspirations that you have, for the nudges that you have. Be grateful for this connection that you have to spirit. This is going to strengthen it. Yeah. becoming just aware and conscious and like owning this. Like, yes, this is happening. Having conversations with this person. Okay, then we've got like the tropical island version, so maybe like a vacation. You being nudged to go on vacation. There's some sort of torch that you're carrying. And there's a risk to be taken. It's like rolling the dice. You gotta roll the dice on this. The tropics can also be just lush, just like abundance. Let's see what these are. You got a wild card. So there's something, part of this cannot be known. Part of this situation, we're not going to get to the bottom of it in this reading. It's meant to be a wild card. It's meant to not know the outcome. It must be that part of the test is rolling the dice. It's being willing. It's using your free will to do so. Renew. So is there something that needs to be renewed? Your connection with another person, perhaps? Yeah, this person that's kind of giving this message to you, they're a wild card as well. Like maybe that was like not even definitely part of the plan all along. So like they're trying to push things in your favor. Like an extra thing that's happening right now. Like you say you were doing this in another lifetime. You didn't get that extra. So maybe this time it's like the extras are coming so that you really pay attention. Acknowledge this poison. Acknowledge what's poisoning you. Is it people, thoughts, beliefs, food, environment, chemicals, beauty? Beauty landing on psychic touch. I feel like when they're touching you on the face. Yep. Someone who thinks you are beautiful. Whether they would have said that in life or not. From that spirit side, I got that afterwards. I was like, what I got after I said that was like, oh, they're never going to believe it to me now. This person wouldn't have said that. Okay. We got paying attention to detail, focus, practice. Okay. What are we focusing and practicing? We're practicing and focusing and paying attention to the details of what our mind is telling us, what these patterns are, the patterns of our mind. We've got deepening attraction. So there's some sort of relationship being renewed, resulting in a deepening attraction. There was some sort of poison in it before. But imagine, feel your inspiration. Like what could it be from this present moment without that poison? Look at this: victory, achievement, passing exams. This is a test. It's all just a test. Okay. So Spirit, is there anything else? Is there anything else that you want them to know? I mean, basically, it's like, keep going. This is like a person that says, keep going. Have fun. You are doing something here, and take risks. Feelings. This is the red ones are love, and then break. There was a breakup. You're using your heart to decide. Oh, you've been thinking a lot, and then but it wants you to use your heart to decide. Teeth is somehow here, and results. I wonder why teeth is here. Teeth could be relevant to you in some way, but biting into something new, perhaps. Maybe you had a broken tooth, like I did. Feelings. How you feel will dictate the results you get. So do you want to dictate the results you get by how you think or by how you feel? This is a card of love right here. You know, they did say to renew this. The poison is one of the patterns. And it is like paying attention to details, like, you know, while you're thinking, what are you thinking about? Are you asking the right questions? What questions do we have here? Take responsibility for what's in front of me and fulfill own expectations. So what is in front of you that you needs your responsibility? I mean, it feels like I want more, but like there's no other, I don't have any other cards. It feels like there should be an advice. Any advice? Start. Do some research. Talk. Career. So maybe talk to somebody at work. And bonded. Get your teeth bonded. So the advice is just to start. That there's probably something new coming out of this, perhaps for your career. And or maybe talk to somebody about your career. But there's more to know. There's more to know. There's more to know that could happen just from a conversation. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope that means something to you. And I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, pile number 3, yellow candle. Here's your reading. These are messages from spirit, either your spirit guides or someone who's passed on. Who is this from? Animal Kingdom. So I believe passed on pet or your spirit guides or animals. I do think a passed on pet for at least one of you. Clear sentience. You feel them. You can feel things. You feel this person. You feel this guide. You feel what they feel. Calling cards from heaven. Yes, this is someone who's passed on. You may get signs from this loved one in the form of feathers, ladybugs, butterflies, dragonflies, red cardinals. Yes, this is someone who loved you unconditionally. I believe this is a passed on pet. Wow. I feel so like moved right now, like really like teary. The realization that this is somebody's loved pet, you know. This is like the most pure love there is, right? Okay, so evidence of spirit. There's been some sort of synchronicity, like maybe your pet came back reincarnated as another pet or something like that. but something to do with this situation. You've learned that faith through this situation of your loved one passing. You are loved. That's what they want to say. That's what they want to say. Everything else is going to be a bonus. You are loved. Don't forget it. The spirit is still with you. Don't. They're acknowledging some regret you may have. You may be carrying some regret, perhaps about letting them go, about having to let them go. Oh, sorry, just hit me in the heart. I think this might be the reading that opens my heart. Yeah, they're just acknowledging that this regret could exist in your energy. Here's one of my healing notes from my healing journey. How I want to feel: grateful, confident, stable, lover above, and acceptance. So these are just energies that this loved one, the spirit animal, passed on loved one, is suggesting for you to be in that state of gratefulness, grateful for the time you guys had together, confident that you are getting messages from this loved one. Stay stable for yourself. Stay welcoming in love, and accepting the things that you cannot change. No room for regrets. Accepting. Just be thankful for the times you did have. And this person, this spirit is still with you. You haven't actually lost anything but the physical body version. This animal might have given you a lot of kisses. They're giving you a kiss now. We've got the merry-go-round, the carousel. There was a lot of play. We liked playing with this pet, I think. If you don't have a passed-on pet, then this would be the spirit totem animal, I would guess. And it could be a horse, it could be a pony. Cycles. This animal has had more than one life cycle within your life cycle. Yeah, like that. Like maybe they came back to you twice or something. Yeah, look, the spiral. Like it's been a lot of joy. Like you guys you've gotten a lot of experiences. More butterflies here. Yeah, the butterflies are definitely a sign for you with this loved one, with this spirit. Oh, this is healing. This is divine. This spirit lives on. This is what they're saying. They're like, my spirit is eternal. This is Isis collecting the pieces, putting them back together. They're giving you this piece of you that's stuck in regret and giving it back to you and saying, please hold this in your heart. Please love and accept this. The part of you that feels regret needs your love. Yeah. Oh, they were very happy when I said that. Okay. We got emotional, empathetic. This is, I think, an acknowledgement of you being a very emotional and empathetic being. That's why you have the clairsentience. But once you let go of this regret, you're going to come back into this place, of who you really are. And from there, you're going to get a new idea. There's going to be a new idea that springs forth out of you healing this regret that you have about this situation. And it's like a very high level thing to bring to earth, not just a nothing. This is important. What you wanted to do. Yeah, self-made business owner. Enjoying the fruits of your labor, being encouraging. Yeah. You're headed somewhere big. You're being guided. All the cycles and loops of the same thing over and over again were part of it. And it's just time for you to create the stability and the love and the acceptance for all those things. Don't regret any kisses. You may have a regret around a kiss. Interesting. But there'll be another chance for that right here. That's a cycle. So there'll be another chance for that. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Just let the love go on to that regretful part of you. We got giving. First, when you fill your own cup up, you'll be in this position to give. The way you're going to fill your own cup up is to stay in the stillness. That's where you get those nudges and the calling from your spirit directly. That's when you're going to feel them the most. Transportation. Transportation may be a part of this situation. You may be doing some astral travel, like during the night, perhaps in the dream world. But transportation could be part of the new business, the new idea, or the business that you are in. And we got crystals. Sorry, I was just like, whoa, like, it's reading for me because, like, transportation, I do a gift shop, mobile gift shop. The only kiss that I can think of, there was this one time a man kissed me and then just walked away. I'll think about that more later. For now, let's finish your reading. So crystals may help you, stabilize your vibration and get you into this nice place of hearing your guide, more directly. You're actually feeling your guide. Sorry, or sentience, feeling your guide. You may hear also, but you're probably going to feel predominantly. So the basic premise of your message is to let go of regrets. Okay, let go of the regret. Love the part of you that feels regretful, and then your new idea is going to come. Teeth, break. You might have broken a tooth. Interesting. Got that in the last reading too. But this could be heartbreak, a breakup. Career is here. Neptune, something to do with spirituality. And flowers. Flowers, maybe on the loved one's grave, perhaps. Delivering flowers. Giving gifts. If I was going to do clarifiers, I would ask why teeth and stuff's here, but I'm going to assume that it's something relevant for you personally. Okay? And I'm going to go with that as the message. So thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful to you, and many blessings. I'll see you next time.